Welcome back, everyone. How are you all doing today? I hope you're doing very fine. I hope you're ready for this week, and I hope you are well positioned, especially on gold, silver, and oil. Right, those three assets are very interesting this week. Okay, so before I continue, I want to quickly urge you to subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching our video, and if this is not your first time, don't forget to like the video, all right, and share with your friends. Also, all right, we have a Discord community. If you want to be part of the community, check the link in the description below and join our community. Moving forward, let's start with the data, the actual data that we have coming in the first week of March 2026. And that would be right here. We have the manufacturing PMI, the Reserve Bank of Australia Governor Bullock's speech, and on Tuesday we have Bank of Japan Governor Ueda's speech, and then in the United Kingdom we have the annual budget release. These data Monday, Tuesday, I would say they are mildly effective, even though they are quite cool, right? They are red folder um, data, but I would say they are mildly effective like that. Okay, they are not the kind of news you really want to sit in front and probably watch very much, right? Although on Wednesday we have the Australian GDP, the quarterly GDP. On Wednesday we have the ADP, and then we have service PMI in the United States on Wednesday. So Wednesday we on by 2 and 4 p.m. Nigerian time we have this very interesting data from the United States. On Thursday the usual unemployment claim is coming, and this Friday is the NFP Friday. Okay, we have the average hourly earnings, we have the core retail sales, we have the non-farm payroll, we have the retail sales, and the unemployment rate. So every little thing, every single data we used to get before, they're all coming back to the market right now. Okay, from the United States, especially on Friday. So that is very important. Okay, that is quite important. So you want to really pay close attention to what we have, the data coming on Friday. Okay, that would be like the center of everything this particular week, in my personal opinion, though. So pay close attention to that. All right. So that said, let's take a look at. I think my audio is fine. I put that in so I can monitor, I can hear, listen to the audio. All right. Let's watch the top setup right here on Edge Finder, excuse me. All right. We have DAX reading bullish. We have Usdcad still bullish. We have copper bullish. We have US oil bullish. We have Euro GBP bullish. We have NZDJPY bullish. We have Aussie dollar bullish. I think I'm already holding Euro GBP long, but I would probably be adding to the trade, considering where the market is right now. I'm currently buying US oil. I'll be adding to that one. Copper, I couldn't buy copper, but I'm buying gold and silver. But as time goes on, maybe I'll be adding to copper. But I'm going to talk about copper anyways. And what else? DAX. I'm holding buy on DAX though, but I'm not sure I'll be heading to DAX for real because of the stock market. Okay, come this week, by the time the market open, we know the stock market will likely get hit the most, considering what we've seen this weekend. Okay, I mean everybody knows about it. I don't really want to spend too much time on that, so let's just focus on the chart. Okay, so pound dollar is reading bearish here. I'm not gonna pay too much attention to that. I don't think pound is bearish. Um, I wouldn't want to be selling pound yet. Okay, even if it's bearish, I wouldn't want to be selling now. So I will keep a close tab on that. Cash HF bearish. I think there might be something there. Maybe we take a look at it, but I don't think it's something quite interesting enough to trade. Euro Aussie, I won't be selling Euro Aussie. Pound Aussie, I won't be selling Pound Aussie either. All right, so that said, that kind of covered the whole top setup on Edgefinder. And right here, US economic heat map, in my opinion, is still pretty not very strong. Okay, considering that we are expecting the labor data this week. Aside the labor data, the only thing we are still expecting is the service PMI, which is coming on Thursday, I guess. Right? It should be on Thursday or Wednesday actually. So we're gonna see what I don't really pay close attention to service PMI, to be honest with you. But the labor data right here, this is going to be very interesting on Friday, and that will set the tone for what we can expect moving forward on the dollar, right? So pay close attention to the data coming on Friday. Okay, so that's that. But I don't really think anything here scream bullish to me to the extent that euro dollar and pound dollar will be selling them. Honestly, I don't think so. All right, I'm gonna be straight with you guys. I don't really think so. But anyways, let's pay close attention to that. Okay, something might come up. Don't know, but I would like to know. All right. After that, I think we should take a look at COT, where is the COT data? Is there anything interesting on the COT report? Any interesting thing on COT report? Okay. Dow string bullish. Okay, they added more longs to Dow. That's fine, right? They added more longs to Dow, more longs to NZD, right? They closed some of their shorts and they added some longs. That's fine. US Treasury yields. I think they added some long too, and I think they added some long. They closed some of their shorts. All right. US oil, they added some long. Oh, that's beautiful. You can see right there. US oil, very beautiful, very beautiful. Cool. Silver, they closed some of their long and also some of their short. That's tricky. That's tricky. All right. Although on copper as well, they did the same. On gold, okay. On gold also, they kind of did the same thing. All right. I'm not gonna buy these though. I mean, I'm not gonna buy into this particular one. But they close on short, they close on long. That's fair. Probably they're trying to move money around, you know, cross-sectional kind of trade setup. I don't know. I don't know what they're investing in, but I guess they're putting money in the treasury, and US oil is also heavily being bought. So maybe money is going to the oil. Maybe. Shall see. What are they buying? They're not buying silver, right? They're not buying dollar either. You can see right here they closed like 2,000 of their long contract on dollar, and they actually closed just four contracts on. They closed some of their shorts, four out of their short contract, like four. That's ridiculous, right? They shouldn't even close it at all. But anyways, I'll watch and I'll buy it. Well, I would say if you're really looking to something, I would say look into US Treasury and oil, right? Because that's where the money is going into right now, based on this data that we have right here. So you might want to look into that. But I'll say oil, honestly. I'll pay much attention to oil. So retail sentiment, anything special about the retail sentiment? Where is it again? The retail sentiment right here. Dollar more long than short, and DAX more short than long. Oof, that's crazy. Let's move away from this. Okay, let's move away from that. I don't think anything is quite interesting in any of that. Anyways, all right. So let me listen to my audio again. All right. So let's go to DXY. So moving on to DXY right now, I would say that DXY looks very, very interesting, right? Because last week again, throughout last week, it only rained. Just there's a lot of consolidation happening last week. Around here, a ton of consolidation, low, high. It's kind of like fades out, right? It seems like it's fading out gradually. So there is a lot of indecision, I would say. But considering what we've seen on Saturday and Sunday, right, and it's still happening right now, I would say that oof, I don't know how this is going to affect the dollar because inflation is going to be high. The fact that Iran has shut down the Strait Commerce, something I can't really pronounce it very well, but they closed the sea that they control almost straight. Let me actually check it out. Okay, Iran shuts down Strait of Hormuz. Yes, so Strait of Hormuz is where Iran can. I mean, it's an open sea, an international sea controlled by Iran, where oil vessels, right, oil tankers pass. And they said that particular place control like over 20% of the world's oil transaction across board, right? And Iran is fortunate to be they are fortunate enough to be the one controlling that particular section. And right now they have closed it. Okay, it's been shut down. So that means inflation, oil is going to go, the price of oil is going to skyrocket for sure. All right. And that scream inflation in the United States. So definitely there's going to be a whole new drama surrounding the dollar come next week. Okay. So another reason why you want to pay close attention to the dollar, and another reason why I don't want to call anything yet, that would be too crazy on the dollar. But if you're focusing on the technical analysis, I would say that I think there is higher possibility of us getting dollar to drop. All right, there is higher possibility of us getting dollar to drop to the downside than actually going up right now. Okay, can it go up? Sure. Right? Why? Because all we've seen here is more like a range, right? Like the market is in like a triangle pattern, right? Something like this. So nothing really scream price action, or nothing really scream a precise direction on the dollar. However, when you see something like this, it opens door for high speculation and potential manipulation, right? When the market is giving you this kind of pattern, it can break to the upside or break to the downside. Okay, as a matter of fact, it can break to the downside, tap some liquidity right here, and then fly back to the upside. Potentials, right? So I would say let's watch out very well. Monday, Tuesday, we should have a very good direction on the dollar. But instead of us to just sitting down doing nothing with the dollar, let's map out some regions, some very interesting regions that we can watch out for. Let's start with this particular region right here at the bottom. This particular support region, because when you take it to 1 hour, 2 hour time frame, let's start with the 2 hour time frame. Okay, you see that we have this particular support right here. Let's keep that one away. Let's extend this trend line a little bit. All right, you see that we have this particular trend line here, and it is a very strong one because the market has actually retested it a couple of times. All right, we've seen one. Sorry for that. We've seen one, two, and potentially it's going to be tested the third time. Okay, so we have one, two, three retest of this particular support, and that alone is screaming that we can in fact see the market rally to the upside moving forward. Okay, and you know where I draw the line at the top? That's 99 region right here. Anything that breaks anything that makes the dollar break above that, I'm done with selling. I will be looking into buy. But around 98, 80, 98, 85, I think everything is still cool. We can still see dollar falling down. All right. However, now this is what you want to hack on. Okay, once you see dollar break below this particular support, okay, this particular support, or you can even call it demand zone. Once you see the dollar breaking below it, there is high possibility of us getting the dollar to actually fall further towards 97, 96, or even 95. Okay, if you see dollar breaking below that region right there, that particular support, then you might want to start gearing up to buy euro dollar, pound dollar, and the likes. Okay, so that is where I draw the line for. I mean, that's where I'll be looking into to short the dollar itself, the XY. So that's just that. Okay, anything that makes it break below here, that will be that. However, we also have this particular resistance here. Like I said again, it's more like in a range. Okay, it's a range. Nothing really looks decent in a range. I don't like range at all. All right. So if we see dollar breaking above here also, yeah, we could see dollar around 98. And per adventure, we can also see it at 99. So watch out for those two regions, provided that dollar break above this 98.00 region, okay, this particular region right here. So keep a close tab on that. A break above there, we can see dollar actually rally to 98.80. All right. A break below here, that would be 97.50. A break below 97.50, then we can in fact see dollar break all the way to the downside and probably target 97, 96, and 95, like I said earlier. So those are my takes on the dollar for now. All right, watch out very closely. I would watch out if I was you, if I'm you. But I mean, we're in the same shoe. So I mean, we have to watch out for that region for sure. So that's that on that. Okay. In our Discord community, we have some trade running. Okay, we have GBPJPY running. We're still calling for more leg to the upside on GBPJPY. All right, we can still see better highs because on the daily time frame, right, we still have this particular resistance right here. Okay, this particular one at 118.85. Right, so we can still see Cardian actually approaching that region at the top there. Okay, we could say it's very possible. So you might want to watch out very closely on Cardian. If you're in a buy, just trail it. Don't close it yet. This is not the time to be aggressive or impulsive in this country, unless there is a crazy move and the market just dropped. Then if you get taken out with your trading stuff, that's fair, right? But if you're not, just hold on to it. Suizian also, we're buying, and this one is actually making all-time highs upon all-time highs upon all-time highs, right? I don't really see any previous high anywhere, right? I've not really seen it. This is 1990. Okay, right here, this is 1990. So can't really see any all-time high aside everything that shows like an order book here. All this move right here on, on Switzerland, which I don't really want to look into right now. But so far so good. I think let's go to the monthly band. I would say that Switzerland is oof, guys, right? From 1973 right here. Switzerland is at the all-time high. So we can only call for pullbacks and more all-time highs on Switzerland, in my opinion. What did I say? Pullbacks and more all-time highs. Simple as that. So Eurogen, do we have any all-time highs on Eurogen? Yes, we do. We actually have couple, right? That's actually very good. So we have some very good targets right at the top here that we can look into. Okay, we also have another one at the top here that we can in fact look into as our target because these are swing trades. So there's no point in rushing out, right? I don't have any plan to rush out of any of these positions per se. I want to hold them to terms with trailing stop period. Okay, so my first target will be right there at 214.12. Let's go back to the daily time frame. I think we are pretty close. The moment we're able to break above this particular resistance here, let's go back to the weekly band. I think there is an immediate resistance. Yeah, we have an immediate resistance here. We also have another one. I think we have a supply zone here. So we have one at 190, 190, 190, and we have another one at 195, right? Right here, 195, 190 right there. So there are still a lot of moves on EURUSD. I would say 214 is a very good way to target, a very good place to target. Okay, when we see something like this, after that, we can now see maybe a three-wave drop, all right, on the weekly band, like we did here. One, one, two, three, one, two, three. Okay, so we have like a double zigzag correction here, and then we have one, two, three, four, five, right? And then we have one, two, three. I think it's a single wave right here. And now we are getting under maybe one, two, three, four, five, all the way to 214. Okay, I'm just counting it out of my head, but when you zoom out a little bit, you should be able to what? When you zoom in a little bit, you should be able to count them very, very well. And it actually looks very, very obvious, right? Right here, this is the pullback. We have one, two, three, right? ABC, excuse me. And then right now we're still getting like we're still like in maybe AB, right? I mean one, two. We're yet to count our three. Three is still like at the top, all right, at the very top on the weekly band. So there's a lot to do. I mean, there's a whole lot of run for EURUSD, a whole lot. I'm not sure how the pullback is going to come out. I'm not sure if they are not going to be I'm not sure they're not going to be fake pullbacks, like all these heavy kind of pullbacks that will take you out. And the next day, you will see the market running back to the upside, right? So you can always expect stuff like this, stuff like this. They will shake you out of your positions just for you to see a fresh all-time highs, okay? Especially on Sweden. So in the community, I'm going to be systematically share how we should trade it, how we can better position ourselves so we can make the best out of the market, okay? This is not the time to be scared of holding positions, all right? It's bullish, right? Just look for buy opportunity. Period. Okay. Euro dollar, we're holding a buy on euro dollar, but it is problematic because of the dollar, because of DXY drama. So for now, I'll be calling for another leg lower, right? Another leg lower back to this particular region here for me to now look for a fresh buy on euro dollar. So this trade might in fact take me out in a loss, but sure, we've actually called this one to like half. So the risk is like one over two now. It's like half. We were risking $50 before, now we're only risking $25, right? If we were risking $20 before, now it's only the only thing that remains is just $10 risk. So we're still holding it, but it's a very small risk right now. And I'm still calling for another leg lower before we now look for buy, and we're targeting higher levels, right, on euro dollar. Dollar card, we started shorting dollar card last week. All right. I was not supposed to be sharing this. It should be exclusive, but you know me, I like to share everything. So that's fair. So we started shorting dollar card last week and it looks good. Right? It looks super cool. Right now it's down how many pips now? It's down 65, 60, 55 pips. Not bad. All right. I'm calling for another leg lower, right? Much, much leg lower considering how I am also positioned on the dollar index itself. So let's pay attention to that. Silver, I'm buying silver. I should have bought silver right here, but I was waiting for a breakout of this particular pattern, a pullback, right, to like this region, then we look for buy. Okay. If I had waited for something like this, I wouldn't have taken this trade. But you know how I trade, right? When we get a breakout up, when we got a break above here, right, a break, a pullback, I have to just join. It is not my ideal entry. It's not my best entry. But one thing is, if you listen to my video last week, I said the war is gonna happen. Okay, they are just stalling. They are waiting. Someone needs to close their position. Someone needs to enter a trade. Someone needs to execute something. Then they will start bombing themselves. They will start bombing. The bomb will start flying. The missile will start flying, and that's more like it, right? Everybody, every personality involved in this particular war, so to speak, is invested in the market. Okay, they are very much interested in the market. Okay, they are not doing it for doing sake, right? Interested in the market. I don't know what they call it, but I will just focus on the terms, the market terms. And I might be wrong, right? But the stalling was very, very obvious, right? Instead of negotiating, they were negotiating, and then they stopped negotiating, and then they negotiated again, and then they agreed on something, and then they started blowing themselves, right? It's weird. After the agreement, the bomb started flying. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. But the world literally is going to a state at which you just have to follow the market and you have to read the news, right? But don't just read the news, understand the news very well, right? Because there are fake news everywhere now. Okay, everybody is selling ideas, everybody is selling things, right? So you have to watch out how you interpret the news and use your common sense to interpret it. Okay, don't take everything for the face value. Tell you something, think about it. Does it make sense to me? Does this make sense to anybody? If people are questioning it, you should question it too. Right. If nobody is questioning it, you should question it too. You should question it still. All right. So that is just my take. All right. I might be wrong, but anyways, I'm buying silver, and silver looks super cool. In my opinion, overall, I would say there is potential. We're probably going to get a gap to the upside. Okay, when the market open in the next couple of hours, we're going to get a gap to the upside. Potentially, the gap can get covered in like few hours into like London session, but we're going to get a gap one way or the other, right? After that, it's all the way to the upside on silver for me. So, in my opinion, if we get a gap to particular this maybe this region, you can wait for a pullback, the retest of this particular zone, okay, or this level right here, and then you can look for buy opportunity around that 93 94 region, right? Provided that we actually get a gap, right? 93, 94 region, yeah, look for buy opportunity and target 105, 106, or maybe 120, right? The sky is the limit as far as silver goes, in my opinion. It's very bullish. Just look into it. But right now, I'm currently holding silver. I bought around $86.15, and right now, it is doing very good numbers. Very, very good numbers, guys. But if I join here, I'll be calling this a very great number right now. But I joined around here. That's like still doing good number, but not the kind of number you'll be doing if I joined here, right? But I'm not. I don't want to be greedy, so I'm gonna leave it at that. We have gold. Gold closed on Friday at 27. I mean 52.79. Let's say 52.80. That's where gold closed last week, Friday. And right now, gold is at where? Gold is currently at 54.09. 54.09. You can see the buy price and you can see the sell price. This is the sell price, this is the buying price. It's currently at 54.31 to 54.09. So it's above 54.00. Okay, gold is currently above 54.00. So that means by the time the market opens today or in the next couple of hours, we're gonna get a gap, right, to like 54.10, and then potentially we can get a pullback correction to cover the gap, then we're going to get another fly to the upside, potentially. But right now, oof, sky is the limit for good, guys. Sky is literally the limit for the gold. Okay, or let's just say sky is the limit, literally. I mean, you can fly as high as 6,000 before the mid of this year. Before June, we can get 6,000, we can get 6,200 on gold, right? So if I'm going to be adding to this particular position, as it seems now, if I'm going to be adding to these, I'm definitely not going to add there. That sounds very weird. But sure, don't forget we said we have a gap, right? We're expecting a gap. So let's say the gap is around here. This should be what? We're talking about 54.10. So let's make it 54.10. Right there. Good. So if we get it back to this particular region here, 54.10 or anywhere around here, right? Anywhere around here, we get go to that region, we gapped up, and we meet it here. A pull back to this region to 52.55. Yeah, I will be looking for buy to have to my buy right there. Okay, this particular trade I took here, the trading stop is already here, and this particular one I take here, the trading stop is already at this particular region. So this two position now heavily locked. Okay, heavily locked. So now if the gap based on what we've seen, the weekend futures price, right? The weekend good futures price, if it as it seems, okay, and the price actually made that gap, then potentially if we get this pullback, I will be adding to that trade right there, 52, 52 or 52, 55. So all the way towards 6,000 and the likes, right? So that's my plan on gold. However, if the market decided to just crash like this, okay, we've seen it happen right here, we've seen it happen right here. Possible, right? Nothing is impossible right now. We've seen a very crazy candle like this, right? We've seen a very terrible candle like this one, right? So if we just crash down, then I'm out, right? I'm out because it's very, very possible. So that's just my take on gold right now. So let's pay close attention to all of that. And WTI US oil, I took a buy. I told you in the last video I recorded on Wednesday, I believe. Take a buy on WTI. And potentially right now, I think the price of WTI is around let's bring it here. I think the weekend price is currently around 73.18, right? Or 73.35, 73.60, thereabout 73.60, right? Thereabout. That is where the market, the weekend price currently is, right? Based on IG particular, the IG chart. And the market closed last week at where? At 67.06, right? It closed at 67.06. That means by the time the market opened in the next couple of hours, we'll likely be seeing WTI around here, right? From here, we're going to be seeing WTI around here. Look at that gap, man. That's crazy. That's crazy gap right there. So potentially, again, we can see that gap. I'm gonna be added to the trade. Sure, I'll probably just close that one first off. I'll probably just close that one. But before I close it, I'll read some news, know where Iran is positioned, how much they want to keep the Hormuz Strategies, that's C right there, that they control. How long are they planning to have it closed? If they have no plan to open it anytime soon, yeah, I'll probably leave the trade because there's a high possibility that there will be high in demand and lower supply of gold. I mean of WTI. So that will be very decent. But if they plan to close it, I mean reopen it, I guess it will just fall, right? It will just come down crashing. So oil for now, I'm holding my buy. We see how it goes. All right, and again, it might go up and just come down immediately. So anything can in fact happen. But let's just pay close attention to that. But I'm currently buying oil, gold, silver. I've been watching these news for a long, long time, guys. For long. I've been patient, reading the news, understanding what's going on. Sentimentally, fundamentally, technically, I've been following. When the opportunity presents itself, I just take it. And that is how trading should be all the time. When the opportunity presents itself, take it, right? The same thing I'm actually looking into on Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin actually dropped very heavily on yesterday. The market closed around here, and by the end of Saturday, we got the market there. And by towards the opening of market on Sunday, oof, the market jumped back up, right? It was a big jump, pump and dump, right? Personally, I'm still not very confident, okay, in selling Bitcoin right now. I would still love to see a retest of this particular region, at least before I start selling Bitcoin. All right, at least I want to see $72, okay, $72,000 on Bitcoin, and maybe $75,000, right? That would be where I would potentially be looking for a straight short on Bitcoin, in my personal opinion. But right now, there's no clarity, there's no actual entry yet on Bitcoin. So we have to be patient to see if we're going to get an entry. However, if this particular level is broken, this particular demand zone, market come down and break below it, then I guess this will be the next target. A pullback, and I'll be selling the shit out of it, right? A pullback, and I'll be selling the shit out of it. So that's going to be my plan on Bitcoin, guys. I said I want to talk about Euro, GBP, and copper. So let's start with copper. I couldn't buy copper, right? Couldn't buy copper because I missed an entry here for sure. I don't even know why I didn't miss that. Okay, we had a divergence here. I couldn't. I don't. I mean, there's no divergence. I think that's the major issue why I couldn't buy it. I was waiting for a divergence, but this is what we got. Okay, this is what we got, and that was not cool enough for me. And the market just slowly. I still saw it around here. I was like, buy it. I was like, nope, buy it. Nope. Right. And now the market is at the top here. Now, right. Arsenal has scored again. Oh, interesting. 2-2, right? Okay. Oh, sorry, 2-1. Arsenal is leading. Hallelujah. All right, so moving on. Yeah, so I was gonna buy, but couldn't. Okay, I couldn't. So now I have to wait to buy at premium now. Very ridiculous, right? I'm very sure there's gonna be a gap by the time the market opens in the next few hours. So maybe buy at the top here, but I'm not sure yet because I already have gold, silver, oil. I have to diversify, right, to Forex. Adding to my commodities is just going to be too crazy for me. So probably add to a couple of, maybe add to gold or silver, but I don't think I'll be adding to copper. But if you're interested in copper, I would say wait for the breakout, wait for the pullback, and the retest of this particular resistance zone, right, and take your buy right there. Okay, to swing by, you're gonna have to hold it for a very long time, and potentially you're gonna actually have to make good money from it potentially. But stop loss definitely you'll be sharing the server. Okay, so you might want to join. Okay, but I'll be looking for buy around here for sure. Maybe I will had, maybe not, but we shall see when the market actually break and pull back. All right, so that's gonna be my plan on copper. So we're going to talk about few. Where is GBP again? I was buying GBP, right? I think the chart is here. My buy on GBP was here, this particular place. So let me quickly use that here, this particular chart. So this is my GBP. I'm currently trading right here. I just adjusted it on Friday. That's where I was holding my buy. Okay, I've been holding the buy from this particular region. I got a very good divergence on the daily time frame. Very, very beautiful. And the market pulled back to this particular demand zone, right? Very decent as well. Took the buy. It was very dramatic. Took like a week before it break out of here. Then took another week before it break out of this particular resistance. Now that we've seen a breakout of that resistance, the plan now is to see if we can get another leg higher, right? Something like this, and then we get a pullback. Okay, so that it can make a better sense with the trend line. Something like this. Okay, that will be what I will be looking into buying Euro GBP moving forward. Okay, I want to see another like few 4 hour candle close above. Then maybe in the next couple of hours we see a pullback. Then I'll be looking for buy on Euro GBP because I mean it's just quite bullish, right? It is very, very bullish. So there's no point in messing around or changing anything in my personal opinion. Okay, so that's gonna be my take on Euro GBP. All right. So, which other one should we talk about? Let's talk about. I hope later we're going to be talking about. I mean, we're going to be doing live session in our Discord community where you'll be telling me the pair I should look into. I'll be looking into them, and we're going to be making some very good trades together. We're going to be calling some shots together, and I bet the market, everybody will be happy for sure. I bet that everybody will be happy about that. So that will be that. Which other one? Pound yen. I think there can be something very interesting on pound yen. I must say, pound yen. Pound yen. Look beautiful, guys. Look super cool. All right. Look super cool. Is anybody getting a red card? Excuse me. I think Chelsea is always collecting red card, guys. Chelsea always collecting red card, and that is a joy. I hope you are not a Chelsea fan. If you are, nothing for you guys, right? Nothing for you. But Euro GBP, I can share one or two. If you're not a Chelsea fan, though, if you're a Chelsea fan, subscribe, like, and have fun. So Euro GBP, I mean pound yen. So far so good. I think we can buy pound yen right now. My personal opinion. I think once the market open tomorrow, right, we can look into buying pound yen, maybe above here or right around here. Do we have it? First up, we have a divergence here, right? We have a divergence here. Let's even take this to like 8 hour time frame for better clarity. I would say sure we do have a divergence here. Okay, we do have a divergence there. Thank God I'm actually saying that, right? It makes a very beautiful sense, in my opinion, and I will be looking into that. All right, I'll be looking into that very, very well. Okay, break and retest of structure here. What's the Fibonacci like? Fibonacci black, break and pullback. I think we have a low here. So yeah, we are back to 61.8. This looks good. Okay, 61.8. Now let's focus on what we have inside here, this particular pullback. Let's see if we can get kind of divergence on that one too. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame. It looks super delicious there. Of course, looks delicious right there. So I mean, Euro looks good for a long, but mind you, I'm already in a long position on pound yen. I mean, card yen, Swiss yen, Euro yen. So, but I'll be having for sure. Why not? Okay, but maybe at the break, once the market shifted above there, talking about this, the breakout, the pullback, right? I'll be adding right there, something like that on pound yen. And I will definitely be sharing in the community. So that would be a good one. That's definitely a good one. But this divergence is better spotted on the daily time, on the 1 hour time from though. That's why I actually had to go down there. All right, to spot that divergence. But overall, it looks super cool to me. All right, looks super cool, and I will definitely be buying pound yen above that particular intraday structure. Once we get a break above here, a pullback, I will be looking for back right there. All right. Although if you don't mind, you can in fact take a buy immediately the market open. But the dailies, the stop loss is going to be very wild. It's going to be very, very wide, I must say. Okay, buy here and the stop loss has to be below here. That would be how many pip stop loss? That's like 230 pip stop loss. Not too bad because I believe we can in fact look for 1 ratio 2.5 around here. The target is right at the top there on pound yen. So that looks good to me. Okay, on the 12 hour band, do we have any previous all time highs? Yeah, we do. On the daily, we do have some region at the top here. Okay, we have one here, we have one here, and we have another one here. So that looks good. Let's go back to the 8 hour time frame, right? Let's come back here. So, like I said, the target is straight off this particular region, and that's going to be 1 ratio 2.5 right there. Okay, just like few pips above that particular resistance. So we can get that. Provided you join the market immediately, the market open. All right, and look, you might get a very good one. If you want to buy above here, then your stop loss should also be maybe slightly around this region. But for your own 1 ratio 2, the target has to be like, 1 ratio 2.5, the market has to be around, a bit higher. But if you still reach 230 pips, you will still be good, in my opinion. 230 pips is a very good stop loss region, right? My stop is really around 300 to 150 pips, okay? Because I swing, I don't trade for longs. My structure is always the daily structure. That's how I set my stop loss, stuff like that, right? So Euro GBP looks good, in my opinion. So look into that. And lastly, NZDJPY. Anything good on NZDJPY? I don't think so. I don't think so. What should we look at? We talk about gold, Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum. Ethereum looks good. Let me check my audio again. Ethereum looks good, and yeah, I don't know, guys. A short is still what I'll be calling, but okay, a short will be still be something I'll be calling for sure. But then we have to be very, 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 very cautious. Okay, we have to be very cautious on Ethereum. Right. So once we get a break, like I don't know what's going on, a break back to this region, okay, then we can now start looking for. I want to continue playing with it. Okay, we start looking for another drop to the downside right there. Okay, so that would be my entire plan. I think I've deleted it. It's weird. Sometimes trading people will just play with you. All right. I don't know why that has to happen. It just keep moving around. I mean, you all saw it. It's just weird, right? Anyways, that's the plan. My internet is playing chicken now. So if full retest of this particular region, yeah, I'll be shorting Ethereum from there. For sure. I'll be shorting Ethereum from there. So just let's pay close attention. I'm not, I don't know. Will it get there? Potentially. I will give it like 45% chance that it's gonna get there. And if it does, that would be very good though. That would be very, very good. That would be my life changing kind of trade. I will be taking the short, I'll be targeting 1,300 region and lower, right, on Ethereum, honestly. So let's pay close attention to it. All right. Let's pay close attention to it. That was my take on the market for now. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. I love you all.